She told the flight attendant I shouldn't be in first class. 10 minutes later, the CEO announced I'd be giving today's company presentation. I was boarding my flight to Chicago when I felt someone tap my shoulder. "Excuse me, I think you were in the wrong line," a woman in a crisp blazer said, loud enough for others to hear. I glanced down at my ripped jeans, graphic tee, and beat-up Converse. False fair enough. I didn't look like typical first-class material. "My boarding pass says 2A, I replied, showing her my phone. She squinted at my screen. "That's definitely wrong. There must be a mistake." She turned to the flight attendant, checking passes. "This girl is trying to board first class. Can you check if we here's been an error?" The flight attendant glanced at my pass and smiled. "Everything looks correct. Welcome aboard." As I walked down the jetway, I heard blazer woman huffing behind me. When we reached the cabin, she watched me settle into my window seat, her expression a mixture of confusion and irritation. I pulled out my laptop covered in stickers and got to work. 5 minutes later, someone stopped at our row. "Is this seat 2B?" Blazer woman nodded stiffly. "Great," the man said, sitting beside her. He was in his 50s, wearing an expensive suit and furs. "Mark Chanapek Stransha," he introduced himself to her. She immediately brightened, practically cooing as she shook his hand. "Regil Williams, Oziums Huzzing. Such a pleasure. Are you heading to the industry conference?" "I am," he replied, leading our company presentation this afternoon. He turned to me, extending his hand. "And you are?" Before I could answer, Jennifer interjected. "Oh, she's not with the conference. There was some mix-up with the seating." I shook his hand. "Actually, I am Zoe Richards." His eyes widened in recognition. "Dr. Richards, our keynote speaker." Renault froze mid-sip of the pre-flight champagne the attendant had just handed her. "That's me," I said, though I am not actually giving the keynote anymore. Renault's shoulders relaxed slightly. "I know," Mark said. "You are giving our entire company presentation since you've agreed to the acquisition. Our CEO told everyone this morning." "Yes, he's thrilled. You are joining us as chief and CRO." Renault choked on her champagne. Mark continued. "I didn't expect to meet you on the flight. I've read all your research papers on quantum computing applications. Brie Al's work." "Thanks," I said. "I prefer presenting in comfortable clothes. Helps me think." Renault excused herself to the bathroom for most of the boarding process. When she returned, she avoided eye contact for the next 2 hours. As we began our descent, she finally spoke directly to me. "I am sorry about earlier," she whispered. "I shouldn't have assumed." I nodded. "It happens, but you know what they say about assumptions. They make an ass out of you and me," she muttered. "Actually," I said, packing up my laptop. "In business, they make you miss opportunities. I was going to ask who you were insulting for when you first approached me. My new company is hiring consultants for our transition team." I stood up as the plane reached the gate. Was hiring anyway. As I walked off the plane, I heard Mark behind me. "Tough break, Jennifer." She literally wrote the book on next-gen tech integration. I smiled to myself. My ripped jeans and I had a presentation to give.